My fellow Americans, it's your president, President Joe Biden. It's time we get back to work. Time to put our country back to work. You know, back growing up in Scranton, we had to go to school, but school wasn't free. If you want to go to school, you had to pay for it. There wasn't no free school. You know, growing up in Scranton, my parents they had to work at the Scranton tar pits, working 18 hours a day. Working down at the tar pits, we had to send that tar, send it by train, locomotive train, a steam engine. We had to ship that tar down the Everglades. Take that tar down the Everglades. We had to pave the Everglades so people like Donald Trump can go build their expensive vacation houses. You know, school wasn't free. School wasn't free for all of us kids. School was expensive. When my parents were working 18 hours down at the tar pits. They didn't have time. They didn't have money to send us to school. So me and all the kids, me and all the 12-year-old boys, the only way we could make money is working at the Scranton cigarette factory. And 12-year-old boys, we had to sweep up all the extra tobacco clippings. We took all them tobacco clippings and we had to gather them all up. I gather all the cigarette dust up. And what we did is we put it in a big pile. We put it in a big pile right in the middle of the room. Couldn't afford to sell cigarettes. And we couldn't afford to smoke them. So we took all the extra cigarette tobacco, made a big bonfire in the middle of the warehouse. All the other kids. We lit that big pile of tobacco on fire. And the cheapest way for us to smoke a cigarette. Everybody's working there, you just breathe it in. Breathe in the cigarette smoke. You know, it wasn't easy. We had to take all that. Take that money we saved up. We got paid 5 cents a week. And the rest of our pay was 20 packs of cigarettes for the 12-year-old boys. It wasn't legal for us to sell them cigarettes. So what we had to do is we had to go down the VFW. But at the time there wasn't no VFW. There's just a big warehouse down in the meat packing district. Young boys, we took those cigarettes down, took them to the World War I veterans that stayed in that warehouse. You know, back then during Prohibition, there wasn't no alcohol. So what we did, we'd sell them cigarettes to the World War I veterans. But they didn't want the regular cigarettes. They wanted the hooch. They wanted the hard stuff. It was legal. We couldn't sell them. So, me and my friend, my 12-year-old friends, working in the cigarette factory 12 hours a day. You know, paying our way to school. We'd make our own hooch in the bathtub. Took that homemade hooch and dipped them cigarettes in it. I sold them to the World War I veterans. They trade us. They trade us for sheet music, for player piano. We took that down to the speakeasy. And we go trade in those sheets of music. You play on the piano, it plays by itself. I mean, 12 years old, we had to do a lot of hard work. Get them cigarettes down there. You know, growing up in Scranton, things weren't easy. But we're living in Joe Biden's America. We're gonna make working easier. And you know, if you you want to send your kids to the cigarette factory, they should be paid in dollars and in coins. Help those kids go to school. Not selling illegal cigarettes to World War One veterans. You know, it wasn't safe. Sometimes lost a lot of good boys cooking up all that bathtub hooch. Prohibition wasn't over yet, so we had to do what we could, and that's why America's so great. American ingenuity really going to take us to the next level. You know, that's why we call us the land of the free and the home of the brave. You can't be scared working in the tar pits and the cigarette factory. You want to ride that train down to Lee County, Florida, all the way from Scranton, an 18-hour bus ride. I'm gonna make that when I'm president. After I'm president, we're gonna get that down from 18 hours. We're gonna get that down to 2. We're gonna make sure them kids get to work, and we're gonna get them on the right track, so they got time to go to school and they got time to go learn all those things, so they don't have to sell illicit drugs to our nation's great veterans.